Hi, friends. How is everyone? Happy Friday. I hope that you all are enjoying this holiday season and that everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I know I'm a little late for that, but I did want to wish you all a great Thanksgiving. So, a lot has happened. I think it's been 3 weeks since I posted a Friday So's video. Where in the world have you been, girl? Right? I mean, good Lord. Well, so much has happened. I've got a lot to tell, so I'll just jump right in. I hope you get comfortable and just enjoy this time with me. I have missed you guys so much. Did not intend on being gone for a full 3 weeks, but here's the rundown, okay? So, right after Thanksgiving, we took a much needed trip to the island of Curacao. Spent 7 full days there, and it was a wonderful time. Our first time being on a sandals resort, and our first time being in Curacao. So, there's lots of highlights from that. However, when I returned home, much to my surprise, because I really wasn't doing the whole social media thing while I was gone, but I saw that I had been mentioned. My channel had been mentioned in the video that Miss Jen from Jen's Sewing Room posted for Vlogmas Day 1. And I was so nervous to watch the video. I'm like, oh my God, what's she gonna say? What's she gonna say? And oh, Miss Jen, thank you so much. I first of all apologize for being so detained in making this response video. Thank you so much for mentioning my channel and for the wonderful compliments and the shout out that you gave me. I am so honored. I was just really, I cried. Okay, I wasn't gonna say that because I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but that really touched my heart, and I just want to say thank you so much. So, needless to say, I was really excited to do a response video, um, and I was also, let me say this, I had pre-planned on hosting a Christmas party for the ladies at my church. So, I had a lot to do, right? But I was gonna get that video out. And in the midst of going out and doing shopping for party favors and whatnot, I got really sick. I contracted somebody's bug and it put me down for a full week. And guys, I honestly haven't been that sick in about 6 years. I remember the last time I got the flu really bad where it put me out. It was when I started working in a children's hospital, and they said everyone gets sick that's new to the hospital because your body's getting used to all the germs and stuff. And so yeah, it was pretty bad. Had me flat on my back for a full 7 days. So I want to say I am so grateful for restored health first and foremost. So I am feeling pretty much 100% recovered now. I've been feeling pretty good gradually this week, much better than last week. Last week I wasn't good for anything. I didn't even feel like sitting at the computer to watch sewing videos. And if I ain't watching sewing videos, I'm in bad shape. Okay? But yeah, so shout out Miss Jen. Woo woo, thank you. I want to say welcome everybody. So when she did that, it really blessed my channel. I saw that week that she posted that an influx of new subscribers. I mean, I watch, the rate at which I've been growing. And yeah, it definitely, I would say, probably quadrupled that week. Thank you, Miss Jen. I am so grateful for you. And I am grateful for Friday Sews. And thank you for creating that and being so welcoming to all of us. And I want to say I am grateful also for women like yourself and Miss Carmen and several others of you who have said to me in comments, you know, welcome and who have shared your faith. It has encouraged me because honestly, I'm beginning to think out, the Lord just blessed me to be a part of this community because I did not know when I started this channel that you guys were out there. I knew I wanted to share my passion for garment construction, and I knew that I wanted to, share my faith, and that I knew I wouldn't do it without, you know, sharing how grateful I am to God Almighty, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for gifting me, endowing me with this ability to make garments and different things using fibers as my uh, tool or my God, I'm looking for a certain word. I can't think of it. But you all know what I'm saying. I'm so thankful for that. So I'm thankful, of course, for all of you for coming along and being interested enough to sit and listen to little old me rant and rave about my passion. It's an obsession. I've said that many times before. But thank you all for your interest in my channel. I'm thankful for you, of course. No doubt. I'm thankful for YouTube. Man, I am thankful for so much. But this is the season to be thankful. This is the season of giving, and your presence is my present. So I believe the thing for me to do was to tag someone else. And I am so sorry if the tagging stopped with me. I'm hopeful that other people were tagged somewhere along the way in Miss Jen's daily vlogs so it didn't have to stop with me because of my illness. And I hope it's okay for me to do this. Miss Carmen, you are in it. Yes, Carmen Salome. I am going to tag you. You probably have already been tagged. I know Miss Jen did mention you in her Vlog Day 1 video. And I could just identify what she said about you because at the time I didn't know it. But you were the first Friday Souls person that commented on one of my videos. And you had even said something to the effect of you thought I would be cool to hang out with. High five, girl. Right back at you. And I didn't know at the time you had a channel. I am just really new to this whole YouTube thing. And so I didn't realize that most of you that were commenting actually have channels of your own. I just thought, that was because I had like my account for a long time without a channel. And so I just watch videos. And I just thought maybe you were a person that, stumbled on one of my videos and watched it. I didn't know you actually had a channel. And so I thought I had subscribed to your channel, but when I went back the other day, I'm like, I noticed I hadn't been getting any of your stuff in my feed. And I'm like, subscribe to Carmen. Oh, shame on me. So Miss Carmen, I did subscribe to you, and I would like to tag you. So tag, you're it. No pressure. So, okay. Did I miss anything? Yeah, I missed a lot. I've been missing you guys, and anyway, I want to go ahead and say that I did reestablish, kind of like my momentum for sewing earlier this week. Today is Thursday. I'm going to post this video on Friday. By the way, you see it, it'll be Friday. So the first thing that your girl made earlier this week was on Monday. I just want to do something quick, and yeah, since I got sick. Dun, 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 dun. I sure did. So I made a face mask out of some scraps left over from one of my quilted pillowcase projects. Yeah, I'm still talking about quilted pillowcases, y'all. So yeah, I just love this elastic that I was able to purchase on Amazon back when the pandemic first started. I was happy to find it in what's new for me because, makeup happens, right? And so let me just slip this on real quick. I'm going to put my lips together so I don't put gloss on it. Cuckoo! 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 So I feel like a bird of paradise with this on. But yeah, this is a really great thing you could do for any of you who may have some quilted scraps left over and may need a mask. Since I got sick, I'm gonna be wearing these out. It's very cold in my neck of the woods. Flu is going around really bad. Rona still messing with people. Old girl Rona, she need to go somewhere. Anyway, so I still like to look kind of cute while I'm protecting myself. So this is the other mask that I made. Believe it or not, the two of them were made from the same pillowcase. It had some really great colors in the print. And so got two different completely looks from some scraps of a quilted pillowcase. Now, does anybody remember when I said I wanted to make, I'm going to throw up a picture over here, this track suit out of this fabric? This was, again, it was about the size of a twin size blanket that I found in the thrift shop for like $4 and some change. And I said it's going to make that tracksuit. Well, I should have paid attention to how much fabric there was, because there certainly was not enough to make a full tracksuit. However, I did make a pair of quilted pants, and I'm going to show you guys. I did that earlier this week. Spent a couple days making them. For me right now in my sewing projects, this is my personal preference. I prefer to go slow. I personally prefer to make one or two things per week that are really well constructed, and I want to enjoy the process and not rush and just try to push out a bunch of stuff for the week. I'd rather make one or two really nice things. And so here are the pants. Pockets, deep pockets on both sides. Pockets are different design on each side. And remember that belt I showed you guys, that men's canvas belt? So that's what I did. I just took a thrifted men's canvas belt and I cut it up, and I used the buckles just for decoration to give it a really utilitarian look. That was the vibe I was going for. And so yeah, I do want to say, boys and girls, if you're going to try this at home, make sure that your fabric is not so thick. This thing gave me the blues. I'm gonna be honest about it, okay? Constructing these was very difficult on Mother Jade. That's Mother Jade, y'all. She gets a little upset because I don't talk enough about her, because she's responsible for putting things together for me. Hey, Mama Jade, how you doing today, girl? She rested because I put her through it, pushing that thick fabric through the machine. And honestly, I had to go get my big brother. Okay, I'm going to give brother a shout out here in a minute. I'm just going to pop him up on the screen. That brother machine right there, I have had for over a decade. Going on 2 decades, I think. I made a lot of things on that machine, and it has sentimental value for me. I can't let it go. And he has a wonderful big foot, the walking foot, that pushes and just glides through these thicker fibers like butter, baby. and he's ragging it. My big brother's he's an old monster. He don't mind me saying it because he's full of love. But that brother machine, if you want to buy a good machine, just get something with a brother. The word brother, go and girl, go adopt you a big brother. Okay, Mother Jane, I'm gonna talk about her in great detail on another video. I'm gonna dedicate a whole video to her. I'm gonna tell y'all this is a Husqvarna Viking Jade, and I call her Mother Jade because she is a diva designer. Okay. All right, so here's a picture of me modeling these pants for you guys real quick. Okay, so I do want to say that the top that I wore with those wonderful quilted pants is not ideally kind of like what I had in mind to complete the look. I wanted a coordinating jacket, but I really don't have anything in my arsenal of fibers that really would have completed the look the way I envisioned it. So I just put on this quick little simple thrifted men's shirt that I cut the collar off and sewed some bias tape around the neck. And I thought it looked kind of classy, kind of cool, kind of studious. Yeah, it softened it up a little bit, because the pants are, they, you know what I call them? I call them military mama. Those are my military mama pants. And for the cold weather that we're really having here, they are perfect to wear out on any given day with like your little short jackets. And my husband called them expedition pants. He said I look like I'm going to hike up the Himalayas in the bad boys. I would be warm if I did, let me tell you, baby, because they are insulated. So yeah, you guys might want to try making quilted pants out of an old blanket or something. Just make sure it's one that's kind of lightweight. I would say that. I wouldn't want to do that again. Okay, this is the pattern. It's in his house. Issey Miyake. Love me some Issey Miyake. This is the pattern I use. These pants right here. It's vintage, I think from the 80s. Issey Miyake, 1476. And I usually have so much memory associated with when I pick my patterns up. But for some reason, I cannot place this one. I guess I'm just getting, yeah, anyway. This was in mint condition. I tore into it this week for the first time ever. And it reminded me of my love for asymmetry. I'm going to throw up a picture of a pattern envelope that I discovered back in the 80s, okay? And this pattern right here, I purchased it back then. I don't have it any longer. I know exactly what happened to it. Yeah, it got destroyed. I didn't do it. Somebody, but I'm not going to get into that. But I loved this pattern, you guys. This pattern is the first, this Issey Miyake pattern. What is the number? Issey Miyake 2572 from the 80s. I remember opening the pattern book and seeing this in Vogue's pattern book. And that asymmetry drape on that skirt was the first time that started my love for asymmetry in design and clothing design. That was the first time I had seen it. And I purchased that pattern. I was able to make the top. I never made the skirt, and I still want it. I crave it. I want this skirt. So I'm gonna put up a community post because I've been trying to find this pattern for years, off and on now, and it's a hard one to find. But if any of you, no shame in my game, I know I shouldn't ask for nothing, but if any of you have this pattern and you don't, it doesn't mean anything to you, or you don't think you'll ever use it, I would love to have it. If you would like to gift it to me, so be it. I will accept it gladly if you would like to sell it to me for the right price. So be it. But I have got to get my hands on this pattern. I want to make that skirt. Not that I need the pattern, but it has sentimental value. So I love me some Issey Miyake. I remember he used to have this. He used to be in the Vogue individualist category of the pattern books, and I used to run to that little section that used to say individualist. And girl, it looked for anything by Issey. So if any of you know how I can acquire that pattern, honey, thank you kindly. So anyway, let's see. What else? What else? What else? What else? I wanted to say too how I discovered how expensive some of these patterns have gotten. This one right here and the one that I'm on the hunt for are priced online anywhere from the high range of like 150, and I've seen the low range maybe about 30ish. But wow, and so that made me feel like I have a treasure in this one because I definitely have seen this one up for the hundreds, 150. And so I'm like, hey, I got something special here. So when I was looking for that Issey Miyake 2572, yeah, 2572, this picture popped up. Look at this. Look at this. I guess because it says Vogue Paris Original at the top. I'm not sure why. I was looking for vintage Vogue and this came up, the picture of this. And I was like, oh, I have that pattern. And this is another one they were wanting a lot of money for. It was like, yeah, 32 from the price range for like $32 to $150. And I have never made this. This would be one of those patterns, as I have mentioned to you all before, I acquired from my grandmother. And this is something I think she actually made because she and my grandfather would go to these annual black and white balls in the 60s before I was born. But they had pictures of them going. And I remember seeing all the pictures of the elaborate gowns my grandmother had made and worn to that ball, those balls. And so this kind of looks like something I may remember seeing, this going down her backside. I'm going to have to hit my uncle up for some of those photos. So I got to show you guys how she used to get down. But this one they say, I believe, is from the 70s. And the designer is Emmanuel Ungaro. And he was a Paris designer. And I think this is really cool. I'm going to throw up a couple pictures of Emmanuel. He passed away, I think, in 2019. But it's so nice to pay homage to these great designers who created these wonderful patterns for us to make their designs. I like to pay homage to people who have come before us and done great things for the craft. But yeah, you can see this pattern is all chewed up and everything. It was like this when I got it. Okay. And look here. Can you see that? There is a little message here that says if you go to the counter and ask for this label, they will give you this label to sew inside your dress. I guess that's something they used to do back in the day. That was before my time because I've never been able to do that. But yeah, it says ask for this label at the pattern counter. How cool is that? So yeah, this pattern looks like originally sold for $4.50 back in the 70s, which was probably a really, considered one of the more pricier ones. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I think on one of my future videos, I'm going to pay homage to all of my vintage patterns that I have and the designers that created them. So this is kind of what I do with my really old vintage patterns that the paper's starting to disintegrate. I try to salvage as much as I can, and I just tape them on these file folders. This is another one that says Vogue Paris Original that I have in my collection that I inherited from Grandma. And so I need to take that envelope that I just showed you and do this little thing to try and preserve it a little bit better than what I have been doing in the past. Hey friends, I just went out to look for an image of Issey so I could show you all what he looked like, just so you could see, and discovered that he passed on this past August. So Issey is no longer with us physically, but he is still with us in spirit, and his designs and all of his gorgeous work lives on. His legacy lives on. So yeah, he was a Japanese designer, and he was 85 when he passed. So I'm really excited then that I was able to pull his pattern and tell you all just a little bit about him. I will leave the link to his website in the description box. Oh gosh, I wanted to kind of talk about what I want to make next. I think I do want to make something soft because the pants that I just made, they're kind of, um, yeah, they're not soft. They're cute, but they're not. So anyway, I think I want to make something really, really fabulous. Something still probably, I'm kind of still on this quilted thing because it's so cold, and I've collected quite a few quilted um, things that I've thrifted that I want to make clothing out of. Um, Either that, or I may go ahead and jump in and make something for this red challenge that's going on Instagram. I actually did make something that I wore on my vacation. I will show you guys on the next video. You'll have to come back and see that. But was there anything else I have for you guys today? This is kind of a short one just to say, hey, thank you again. I'm so sorry again for the delay, Miss Jen, but boy, I see Jesus in you. What you do for other people is a demonstration of his love. So thank you so much. And yeah, let me run and get this um, another blanket that I have purchased to show you guys what I'm thinking about making next. Just a second. Okay, this right here is a quilt. It's a lightweight one, thank God, that I thrifted, and I do have the matching pillowcases to this. Yeah, so this is really thin compared to this right here, and so I think it's gonna make a beautiful full skirt. Yes, I want some really long skirts to wear this winter, and so hopefully there's enough for me to get a little jacket of some kind out of it, because of the addition of they're like the California king size pillowcases. So yeah, I need to measure before I go saying what I'm gonna do. But in my mind, I'd like to have this in a full length skirt and jacket. Now, there is a special lady who is inspiring this skirt, and I'm not going to get ahead of myself just yet and tell you who she is, but I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait. But I'm going to wait until I make that skirt, and then I'm going to show you the picture of her wearing a similar one, so that you'll see where I'm coming from. So, hey, you guys, Merry Christmas. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next Friday. I just want to say don't forget that Jesus is the reason for the holiday season, and you are his gift to mankind. So don't stress out too much trying to hurry up and sew up all those Christmas gifts. I know those are a huge labor of love, but just remember that you are the best gift that anyone could receive, your love. Thank you guys. I'll see you next week.